All right, boys and girls, children of all ages, I hope you guys are ready for a great unscripted show here on the Saturday before Christmas. We are live here in Casa La Dynamite. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your morning here with us on this snowy, non-driving motherfucking Saturday morning. If you get a snowflake on the ground, people don't know how to drive here in Northeast Ohio. So kudos.
Correct.
Everybody a big old clap.
Yeah, they're even like that shit with the fucking rain anymore.
Got my
correct.
Dynamite Dave. Yay. My boy Shane O'Mac.
Yo.
Love you too, Willie.
And the man that needs no intro. He is the star of the show, ladies and gentlemen. The guy in the, unfortunately, bright orange. The star of the show, Mr. Adam Wissinger. And unfortunately, not with us tonight or this morning, Mr. Chipper Nennen.
No. Ebenezer Scrooge. He's too busy yelling at the Christmas carolers to get off his lawn because he doesn't want to hear the Christmas shit this morning.
Probably.
And we got Mr. Willie Patterson joining us all the way from Florida, who walks with Willie in the morning. It's like Walk with Elias, but it's Walk with Willie.
Yep.
And then, Shane O'Mac, we have the beautiful, the funny, the caring Miss Rachel Wade, ladies and gentlemen, who is joining us.
Good morning, everybody.
She's tuning in until we talk sports, and then she's out.
Just make sure you get your country fried steak the proper way.
Boy, I don't even know nothing.
It was on the menu, God damn it.
So what's up, guys? How was your week so far?
Oh, what a week it's been since the last time we talked. Well, it's been 2 weeks, you fuckers.
You and Mike did a good job.
You guys did.
Thanks.
Adam anymore?
But they're giving us shit because these motherfuckers can't be on the show, but they're gonna be in the chat the whole time.
Yep.
Hey, I watched to make sure you guys were up, live, and running, and then as soon as I got to the racetrack, guess what happened? I got put to work.
Oh, I had to work.
Yeah, so once I got to the racetrack, it was over with. I couldn't tune in. Junior was like, get the fuck off your phone and start lining cars up.
Ain't that his job?
By the way?
It went well. It went well. We started with 53 cars and 13 finished. And
Jesus Christ.
With 78 cautions?
No, surprisingly, the race took 1 hour and 32 minutes. 1 hour, 32 minutes. We were done out of the racetrack. I left there in about an hour and 35 minutes. I was
with the weather out that way, how bad was there a lot of snow on the track? Did they have to clear it?
It was amazingly snowy, and it was also an obstacle for people because the first 50 laps of the race, people were going 5 miles an hour, and then as the snow, got off the track and heat got into the track, everybody started going faster. So the average speed time for the first 50 laps was 8 miles an hour.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad.
That snap you sent me, Dave, this track was covered. But that was before it started. I know that, but anyways.
I do know Willie's number. Willie, if you want to join us from Florida, I can send you the link.
From sunny Florida.
From sunny Florida, you can always.
It might not work though. It might work. It might not.
According to him, it's cold, but it's not as cold as Ohio.
Rachel, yeah, you're welcome for the introduction. But how's your guys' week? What'd you guys do? Anything good? I know I was at the racetrack last week. What else did I do? Hung out with Shane O'Mac, Rachel, Faye, Angela. We had a great time going to dinner and also going to.
Was dinner a good time? I mean, we waited and waited and waited, and then you still got the wrong food.
Ooh.
I did, but it was okay. I had it for leftovers, so it is what it is.
You did.
I did. And listen, I did make
Adam. What do you call country fried chicken?
It should be country fried. Wait, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Wait, Shane, tell them the story. Tell them the story.
Hold on,
So
don't tell me Dave ordered it like he ordered his omelet with egg at fucking Canary.
no, well, sort of. He swore the menu said country fried steak. He orders it, and like this waitress we had is not great. She's like steak, or she said chicken. Dave's like, no, country fried steak. She said, you mean chicken? And I don't know if Dave didn't understand, but so it came an hour later when the food came out. She set this plate down in front of him. I looked. I'm like, that ain't country fried steak. It's fucking a plate of fucking fried chicken. Which, it's fried chicken. It's not country fried chicken. Why would a place call it country fried?
Where was this at?
Joe's
Fucking Joe's
Oh,
in Rocky River.
oh yeah, I know it.
Of course, I was the only one that got what they're famous for. So
What, Reuben?
I should have.
what else?
I should have.
Yep.
I should have just stuck with the fucking corned beef sandwich and Reuben. I should have just stuck.
You should
with
have.
that. But no, I've had it so many times. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna try it. Try something new." And
How was the
Obviously.
soup though?
the soup was good.
Excellent.
Willie says she needs fired. 1000% correct. I told my sister about it. My sister, I guess, bitched at her on Monday.
Oh, she works there?
Oh, my sister and my brother-in-law work there, and they do have country fried steak on the menu. My sister. told
I
me
don't know.
that
I didn't look at it.
It is on the menu, so therefore,
All right.
it is what it is. But anyway, how was your week? We'll start with the start of the show. How was your week?
Last week wasn't too bad. Wish I'd have known ahead of time because we Saturday night we ended up going out to Olive Garden to get something to eat in North Olmsted, and then
nice.
that is when your text came across in the chat about Big Christmas signing over at the Great Northern Mall. And I'm like, had I known this, I'd have fucking went over there and got his autograph in a heartbeat, just because we were right there anyways. So we ended up going to dinner. We had a good time. I don't normally like to get an appetizer at Olive Garden for the simple fact that you get the soup. That's pretty much could be your appetizer. And then, you get as many bowls as you want. And then you get your main course or whatever. But so Gail gets this fried mozzarella appetizer. And then we get the bowl of soup. Shit, by the time I got done eating that shit, I couldn't even eat my goddamn fucking, chicken Alfredo. So I ended up eating like a little bit of it and then took it home.
Oh, Shane's BFF.
Who? What?
Heather.
Shane's BFF.
Oh, it's your
But,
BFF guy.
What's up? Go ahead, Adam. Didn't mean to cut you
They ain't gonna ruin nothing. Couldn't beat us. I'm happy. I know we ain't got shit for a bowl, but you guys win, so be it. I just want you guys. I would hope you guys win it all, so you can keep Ryan Day and give that motherfucker a contract extension.
Oh, so anyway, go ahead.
So after we did that, we went over to Rally House so I could check that place out because I haven't been in there yet. They actually got some nice shit in there, so I figure that's probably a new place. I'm gonna get like my Browns, Guardians, and Cavs shit because they got it up to fat boy sizes as well. And then we went over to Five and Below and got some gag gifts for the Alec. Go fuck yourself. Get a haircut. Get a fucking haircut, you hippie.
I love it.
You get distracted so easily. So
Well, all I see is shut the fuck up at him and then laugh my ass off at him. So good morning to Kelly. I'll say hi to her, even though she said go Buckeyes or whatever. But.
Yeah, good morning, Kelly. I miss you and Amos. Hopefully you guys are doing well this morning, drinking some boxed wine early this morning.
Oh, it's too early for that. Bloody Mary's this morning.
Too early for boxed wine.
Yeah, but then we ended up going to Five and Below, and then I came home and played Call of Duty with the boys till about 10 or 11 and went to bed. And then work's pissed me off because I haven't had a full 40.
Would you fucking stop with that word and say it the proper way? God damn it.
Sorry, I forget because I talk normal. I don't talk half hill, okay?
Okay, well, I need the half hill word.
Okay, well, I worked, but the problem is Mother Nature couldn't make up her fucking mind if she wanted to be cold or snowy, rainy, whatever. So we kept getting like, I get it because they give us the 2 hours or 4 hours show up time, but it sucks that I still have to drive an hour to work, sit for 2 hours to drive back home because they're sending us home anyways. Like,
That's
just
some bullshit.
like I'm here. Like, just let me fucking work at this point. I'll work in the rain. I got my raincoat. I got my rain pants. I'm good. Let's knock this shit out, you know? But so needless to say, we didn't get a full 40 in probably like the whole month of December, and we're off for the next 2 weeks. Why would you see? I'll tell you what, I will take that over the fucking Vegas and you jumping in the shower with Roger. Poor Roger had to deal with that. That's the video that will circulate every year that it comes up. It gets replayed when Willie jumped in the shower with Roger.
Oh, Kelly,
boy.
thank you. We miss you.
And the bad thing is now that I mentioned that, it probably just got him even more excited.
Yeah.
Reminiscing on that day, but
full attention.
But no, I did my Christmas shopping on Sunday, also last week, what I could. I mean, like I said, I hate this time of year. You know, it's just there's just so much going out, not enough coming in type shit, you know. But so I think we're all ready. The fuck I don't. I've seen it. Believe me, we've all seen Naked Willie enough in our lifetime. We're okay.
I can say I haven't.
Don't do that, because that motherfucker will show up and behind you.
God.
He will kick that door down Hogan style and give you the fucking butt ass naked, soaked up with fucking suds all over the place. And I say that because he's done it before. He knows exactly what I'm talking about on 8th Street.
Oh shit.
But no, so we'll get ready for we'll watch a bunch of football today, tomorrow, and then Monday. I think we got to do it one. I think Gail's got to get a couple last minute like stocking stuffer type shit. Tuesday, go to my mom's, and then we'll go to her sister's on Wednesday for Christmas.
So you are off all week for Christmas?
Next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks. Do you get to file unenjoyment?
Yeah, I got to start that shit, and then I got to call the hall on Monday so that way you can fast track it. Call Mr. Picarillo.
Mike Picarillo.
Call him up and let him know, because I've never had to do it, because every year that I've been in the, he knows it. He's talking about the Hogan music.
I'm aware.
Okay, but yeah, because every year I've pretty much worked at least 3 days in the winter, so I've never had to file. So I just hope it ain't fucking awful and low. It's probably going to be small, but I guess it's better than nothing.
We know what your debacle was last time with unemployment, so hopefully you ain't got to wait that long for your.
No, I shouldn't have to, because fuck South Point. Only person I won't say fuck over there is Pinkston, because I never had to deal with him and I never dealt or had to talk with him. But McNally can go fuck himself. The HR guy, Brian, can go fuck himself. So
he has no gas.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck him. But that's my rambling on for my week and whatever since we've been on last.
Shane O'Mac, what about you, buddy? How's things going? You training a new guy at work? I see the boss had to get out and do some work and get on the toe.
Yeah. So, last Saturday was a good time. Meeting up with you and the ladies. Then work week sucked ass. We had.
Give it up one more time for Chris Sticks, ladies and gentlemen.
He could have fucking swung on us, I bet. Anyways, yeah, that was a real good time seeing Pushing Daisies. And then, like I said, work sucked. We had 3 days of basically no production on day shift. So that sucked, as my job is trying to get loads out. If they're not making it, can't go anywhere. So and then training the new guy who I think is going to...
You were trying to get loads out?
Well, yeah, I'm a shipping supervisor. Got it.
Loads out.
Got it. Yeah, I knew what he meant. I was avoiding it.
Where to go?
Avoiding.
All right, so you're the shipping.
Yes. Anyways, so we had terrible production. Trying to train a new guy, not great to do that when we're not running really, but I think he's going to work out well. So that's good. Good progress there. And then
you ever get nervous having to do that? Because I know it's somebody new, you don't know how, you kind of you got to give them, when you're training somebody, you kind of got to feel them out too, because you'll know right off the rip if they're going to work or not.
I
agree. And this guy, I think he's going to be just fine. He's a little older than I am, so he's got a lot of forklift experience, not so much clamp truck experience to pick up the rolls, but he's doing well for first week. So fingers crossed. That means I can have more time off and not have to worry about anything.
More bad juju shows.
All good. Nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, don't let them.
More pushing daisy shows.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey,
I'm ready to go. Hey, I'm ready to go to the Hooley house. See Alt 95.
hey, that was last week, bro. That was last week.
I fucking missed it.
So is that considered cheating then if you go see another band?
No.
I know Chad's all about supporting local music, whether not just them. He wants everybody to support everybody.
But talking about you, Adam, you talked about training a new guy and whatnot. I've been unfortunate enough to train 2 guys at my new job, and both of them say they can drive tow motor. And if you haven't driven a tow motor in more than 10 years, you might need to slow your roll and just watch how things are done. I mean, I could teach people how to pick the parts. I can teach them how to do that and show them where it's located, but I can't teach them how to drive. If you don't know how to drive a tow motor, that's not my problem. I mean, you say you know how to drive, and it's not like they don't know how to drive, but some of the things that they do is kind of sketchy, but hey, that's on them. Have they dropped stuff? Yes. Have I dropped stuff? Yes. Even the good ones drop stuff, and I think I'm really good on a tow motor and whatnot. I can do some things that other people can't do on them, but hey, it is what it is. I trained.
Jesus. And look at Rachel's comment.
Dave, slow the fuck down.
What do you mean, slow down?
On the tow motor.
I know. That's what they told me. Slow the fuck down. Rachel said she was training someone when I worked in a factory, and they introduced themselves, and I said.
Then they said,
hi. As fuck you right now. Nice.
No.
He butchered the fuck out of that.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, she said I'm high as fuck right now.
Yeah, the new employee said that to Rachel.
The way you made it sound as if they were trying to fuck Rachel.
Yeah, it was choppy.
I would fuck you right now is what it came out as out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I read it the right way. I think there's a fucking delay or whatever, or something choppy. Shane
could be on my end. It's probably my end. Why not?
I don't know.
The lavender's messing with the feed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Adam had problems signing in on the fucking messenger. Shane is choppy. My mic is choppy. I can hear it in my headphones. I don't know if it's the weather or whatnot, but hopefully it gets better throughout the show.
IX Center.
Willie says, tell him.
I'm trying to think of which IX Center story is there. Because there's probably a few. Oh my God. I can't. He'll have to try to rephrase. If he said, there's probably certain words he can throw out that once he said that it'll click.
Kelly says, Dave, haha. No, I heard it too.
I'm
sorry. Didn't mean to come off that way, but I mean.
Perfect time to fucking have a glitch is when he's talking about him and completely turn it sideways to what he was trying to say.
Yeah. Anyway, they informed me on Wednesday that I would not be starting third shift until the 6th. They were shutting down third shift until the 6th. So that's cool. Another 2 weeks on second shift, and then start third shift from
now. How does that work for you next week? Considering like Monday, would you work just Monday and Friday, or?
Yes, I will work Monday and Friday, and then get paid for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I will be off on New Year's Day, which I'm thinking about.
That schedule.
Thinking about, hey, we're hiring managers. I mean, you can come be my boss.
I don't even like being a supervisor.
Well,
they just pay me enough to like it.
You make $125,000 a year. I mean, that's what they pay them.
It's a far ass drive.
Oh, the forklift training class that we had to go to out there, because I think because they had it where you had to go drive down, and you had to pick up a box that had like a bowling ball on it, and the bowling ball couldn't move past a certain point. That's how they knew if you had any fucking experience or whatever or whatnot. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I got. They hired a bunch of other people with more experience. I was a little shaky on it, so I don't think that's why I got hired in. But it was through a temp agency or whatever. But yeah, I remember that one, and then I'm pretty sure I thought Dave was there for that one.
I mean,
could have swore you were there for that.
Was that for the car show?
I think so.
Yeah. I think they had me do something else I don't think they had me on forklift training because they had a bunch of people doing the forklift. I remember that now. I do remember people seeing that and going there with you guys. But I think that they had me stringing up the lights and whatnot and taking up all the carpet and throwing all the carpet and shit away after each show because they replaced the carpet after every show. You know that, right?
They did. I don't know what the rules are now since everything's been, they've sold and been bought by other people and whatnot now.
Yeah, I mean, they still do the same thing. I'm still cool with Bill, or not Bill, but Steve Legursky over there. Speaking of the Piston Power Show, it is now called the Piston Power Show Autorama, brought to you by Car Parts Warehouse. A Car Parts Warehouse signed a 5-year deal with them, and we will be live from there once again at the IX Center in the same location, South Hall. So make sure you guys come out and see us, have a good time, and we got some things we're working on for that. So trying to get some big name people.
It's and it's always fun to do that show because like when you're there, like all the people that that walk by, like you're in the middle of the show, everybody's wanting to say hi, and it's like you're trying to do the best you can to be polite but not like take away from the show and just have a conversation while you're on air kind of thing. But that's the joys of having live TV or live radio, right?
It is. Yeah. It's a pretty cool experience to even go down there and hang out, and especially getting passes and see everything that's going on there. The best time to go is like when you set up, you go on Wednesday. That's the best time to go because everything's in there. You ain't got to worry about staying at the booth all day. People coming over. Well, where were you at? Where are you at? All this other shit. You got, like Adam said, a bunch of people coming over to see you, trying to fuck with you. It's a good time out there, man. And we appreciate that every year that we get the opportunity to do that. But yeah, we're going to be doing that again. And kudos to Car Parts Warehouse for stepping up and taking over the sponsorship for that event. That's a big thing in the Northeast Ohio. Do you realize how many people don't know that thing even exists, like the IX Center or the car show there? The show itself.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be in the old convention center in Cleveland, wasn't it?
Correct. And then the convention center was bought by a pharmacy company who tried to renovate it and make it this huge warehouse facility for their pharmacy. And then that pharmacy backed out, and about 5-6 years ago, now they do shoe convention, card conventions, all that stuff there that used to be at the IX Center when it was huge. And then when the IX Center did its what do you call it, expansion or whatever, and put up the walls and whatever, they moved there. So that's where they all moved to. But it's there. So
I'll tell you what, I would love to go to one of those like card shows and Comic Cons, but that shit is ridiculously expensive.
And for no reason, neither. No reason. You talk about expensive, Adam. You talk about Big Christmas. I know I told you guys last week when I was at the mall. You go there, okay? He's set up. I mean, you ask them if you can get a picture with him. You can't get a picture with him unless you get an autograph. He won't sign anything unless it's paid for, and you have to buy their stuff there. You can't bring it in from somewhere. You have to buy the stuff that they have there at that booth. So it was $75 for a jersey, plus I think it was either $75 or $125 for his autograph for him to sign it. And the Joku's was $200.
He was there too?
Yeah, he was there right after. So yeah, I guess they're going to be doing a lot of Browns and Guardians player signings down there because there's a guy who has a sports card, or not a sports
framing.
Yeah, the framing company. Yeah, the framing company. I guess he's good friends with the marketing director for the Guardians, so he's going to be having a lot of Guardians down there and a lot of Browns players. I heard
it's the Hall of Framers, right?
Correct.
Yeah, good. Hey, I've actually talked to him quite a few times when I've been in there because I've actually gotten Christmas gifts from in there for my dad and Mary before, and he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I will say, talking about the car shows, I've never heard of it till you guys mentioned it. They were doing a show there. I've been to like 3 Good Guys car shows, but that's it.
Yeah, like Willie said, like go look at a Hogan meet and greet and the rules you have to follow. I know it was like that when Hogan came in for his beer thing, there was rules that I read, and I'm like,
oh, dude, it was insane. It was so stupid.
What were the rules? What were the rules? You couldn't take pictures?
I don't remember offhand because it was so long ago, but like I know when Flair did his thing too, like you couldn't get a picture with Flair unless you bought some of his energy drink or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was the same with Hogan. You had to buy a 12-pack to get a picture with him.
and an autograph or something like that.
Yeah,
He would sign the
yeah.
box, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Clifton said, I bet Virgil would sign something for you guys.
Too bad. Well, didn't he die?
Yeah, been there, done that. Been there, done that.
No, he's like one of the motherfuckers that comes to a goddamn garage sale and wants to fucking, nickel and dime you and fucking negotiate a fucking a price.
Right. I know those people. That's so crazy. You're going to negotiate at a garage sale.
I'd seen it firsthand.
Willie says there's a list of items he will not sign. All Virgil. Kelly knows who Virgil is. The funny story about not Virgil, but Raven. Me and I think it was when I had my race car in there. I think it was 2011, 2012. Raven was down there. Does anybody know who Raven is? I know you know, Adam.
Yep.
Nevermore.
Yeah,
I know who Raven is.
Okay, so we were down there and he was signing autographs. And on Friday, they started off at $35. He had like these pictures that he Polaroid or whatever and had them blowed up at Walmart or whatever. And he had them sitting on the table at Friday for $35. We came back in on Saturday. They're $25. Fucking Sunday, the last day of the show, they're like $10. And he was over there getting an ice cream. And I told him, I said, hey, let me get that for you. He was like, oh, fuck you, dude.
Wow. Yeah, some of you guys are assholes. Stevie Richards was cool, though.
He didn't believe us, though.
No, that was Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn didn't believe us, though.
Believe you for what?
It's an inside joke. How you guys have all your? That's one for me and Dave.
Get them lickings. That's all that matters. Get them lickings.
Maybe I should or should I not? That's the question.
Okay, Shakespeare.
Okay, you got to talk to your boy about that.
All right. I'll talk to him when I see him Thursday, hopefully.
Did you reach out to him?
Not yet. I'm going to today.
Oh, okay. Shane, what's the CTS on your hat stand for? Is that your company you work for?
This is a freight broker that I use, Clutch Transportation Systems. I got this hat yesterday, along with a box from Grandpa's Cheese Barn.
Oh, how was that?
I haven't tried any of it yet, but it's got summer sausage in it, Gouda, marble, cheddar, some crackers, honey mustard, some other bullshit.
Nice little spread.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little spread for your meat.
Indeed it is.
Was that like a Christmas gift they gave you, or just like a thank you?
Yeah. A thank you Christmas gift. And then another broker got me a like a $35 those like portable power pack thingies to charge your phone or whatever else.
The battery packs, those are badass.
Yeah, Anchor. It was like $35.
I want to work where you're at with these brokers. Fucking give me a gift like that. You know what we got? Fucking
Nothing.
$6 million.
Nothing.
They spend money on a $6 million machine and fucking can't use it now. They get us fucking, even though it's the thought that counted, they got us Famous Dave's barbecue. We were supposed to get brisket. We got cold ass chicken, cold ass macaroni and cheese, hard ass
country fried chicken.
Yeah, hard ass cornbread biscuit that you could have used for a hockey puck. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Bad thing is, I didn't even get shit from my company, but I ended up getting a Miller Pipeline hat from Miller. That's all I got. And then yesterday we got done early, and they all said that we were going to meet down at there's a place called Bradley's that's down there. It's like the local restaurant or whatever and bar. And so, not knowing, I was trying to save money or whatever, so I just went in. All I got was just an appetizer, just because I was trying to save a little bit of money and not go hog wild. So after I get done eating my appetizer, they're like, "Oh yeah, Dustin's buying the general foreman." I'm like, "Motherfucker, had I known that, I'd have got a fucking full meal then. I was just going cheap because my broke ass, or my cheap ass, you know what I mean?" But yeah, so they bought us lunch and I got a hat out of it. So better than anything our company did.
Hey, Angela's watching, and Willie says he's out of the shower. Thank you, Shane O'Mac.
I don't know what you're thanking me for.
Oh, he'll let you know.
He might be appearing behind you here pretty soon.
That'd be very scary. That's a quick trip then.
The old dick flapping behind you.
Is he going to helicopter it for me?
Don't tell him, because he'll do it.
Yeah.
So what else did you guys do this weekend? Any sports? Hey, Munchkin from Vegas, she's watching. I love her. She's one of my good friends. Miss you down there in Vegas. Hopefully everything's going good for you down there. I'll be down there in March for sure. Vacation. I'm taking it in Vegas.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
March is a great time to go to Vegas.
Oh, it is. It's a perfect time. I think she said that we're going to go to the pinball factory or museum, whatever. I might want to take a helicopter ride when I'm out there. So hopefully we can get that taken care of. And
when I eventually get to go to Vegas, which who knows when that'll be, if this will even still be around. But I heard they actually have a thing where you can take those slingshots and they take you up around the fucking cliffs in different areas.
Well, you better fucking sign up now for it because you got a fucking 1 year wait for that.
Is it okay? I heard it's pretty. A friend of mine did it when she went, and just looking at the views that she was taking while they were driving around was fucking amazing.
Hey, Munchkin, we got to catch some local bands when we're down there. So
the Rusty Spur.
Yeah, Mike and them over there at the Rusty Spur. So go check them out if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm just proud of myself that I remembered the name of it.
I almost said Rusty Spoon, and I knew that wasn't right.
No, you find those in Lorraine.
You
can find them in Cleveland.
At least it's not a rusty trombone. I don't know.
Now that's a whole different fucking discussion, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
So did you guys try any new food this week? I know you went to Harmon's, Shane. You didn't try nothing new?
No, I didn't eat. The 2 times I was there this week, I only had Irish fries. I didn't eat last night when I went there.
What are on Irish fries?
It's basically just homemade potato chips that they deep fry with a little seasoning on it and French onion dip.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Willie's comment.
I'm guessing that's something else that for another show. Not this one.
Adam, did you try anything new this week?
No, I can't think. I mean, nothing I can think of offhand. No, we really didn't do much this week, food-wise.
Well, you said you went to the Moose the other day, right? When I talked to you, what was that, Thursday? How'd that go?
Thursday was good. I got the, it's a ribeye wrap, it's called, with mushrooms on it. It's fucking phenomenal. What do you?
I'm not a fun guy.
You don't like mushrooms?
Fuck no.
Okay, well then just take the mushrooms and I take the onions off.
How do you get
mushroom
cheesesteak?
Plain.
Huh?
How do you get your Philly cheesesteak?
Without mushrooms.
Oh.
Duh.
You get the onions though?
Yeah, because they're usually sauteed with the peppers. Why is he talking about asshole right now?
Well, it's the same thing. Didn't you and Mike talk about eating ass last week, early as fuck in the morning? I guess it's just carrying over.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with licking a little ass.
Well, I did kind of start that with that comment about my buddy Sean that said he won't mix his he'll lick a butthole, but he won't mix his ketchup or mustard because that would be disgusting.
Hey, never mind.
Go ahead. We're going off the rails already. What the fuck worse can we do?
So wait a minute. Who doesn't mix their ketchup and mustard?
Sean.
Half-Hill?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't put ketchup and mustard on a hot dog?
It's one or the other, I guess.
I mean,
but when he said that, dude, we about died. Like, you know, because the way he said it, though, he goes, like, he was like, I will lick an asshole, but I won't mix them. He goes, because mixing your ketchup and mustard is disgusting. It's like, but look at assholes, not, you know what I mean? Like,
guess if it's fresh out of the shower, it'd be all right.
That man ain't right, let me tell you.
So I had the pleasure on Thursday going up to the doghouse, and I sat down and talked to Eric, and that was a good conversation. And I got my normal potato skins with garlic parm, and man,
they threw a fit.
Oh, the waitress just looked at me like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I'm serious." I had to tell Eric about it, and Eric's like, "What is the big deal about it if you're paying for it extra?" I'm like, "I don't know. Each one of your waitresses gives me a hard time when I order that on the side."
I want to go in there with you one day just so I can see the reaction.
Next time I'm there, I'm ordering it. I want to see the look on their face. I'm gonna fucking order it.
Well, hopefully they treat you the same way they do to me whenever I get the garlic parm on the side, because that's all I get. Like they're so anal about it, dude. And I told Eric's like, well, I don't understand why if you're paying for it. I'm like, I don't know. Ask your servers.
I wonder if I could be like the next time what we need to do the next time is if we all when we go together eventually, Dave gets his with garlic parm. Shane, you get yours with a different sauce. Then I'll get mine with a totally different sauce than the two of you, and we'll really piss them the fuck off.
Listen, there's no other sauce to put on them fucking potato skins. If you get anything,
That's not the point, Dave. The point is
I know the point, but there's no other sauce to put on. You guys get whatever you want. I'm getting my normal.
Well, that's not normal according to them.
The Russian dressing at Grinders is phenomenal on potato skins. Just saying.
What is in that?
It's a red French basically. It's so good. A little mixy with sour cream on top. Oh boy.
A little mixy, huh?
A little mixy.
Well, I think you lost Dave at sour cream.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, that's fine.
The only time
people don't like it.
The only time I like sour cream is when it's the French onions dip from Lawson's. That's it. That's the only time I'll eat it.
Put sour cream in chili. Put sour cream on baked potatoes.
Ugh, dude, sour cream and fucking chili. Speaking of chili, I had chili last week. I made it in the crock pot. I called my sister for the recipe, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not giving it to you. I'll give you the ingredients, but I'm not giving it to you." I made it. It turned out really good.
Willie, it's not sports talk yet. Time. We're gonna get there.
He's trying to get to there. That's why he's trying to give you the segue.
What? We got a whole nother hour and 28 minutes. However long it is.
We do. So Christmas is coming up. What's one Christmas gift that you guys, as a kid or as now, would like to have that you didn't get?
Shit.
Oh, I remember one time we got a dog and I wanted a PlayStation 2.
Fuck that dog.
That's what I said.
How pissed were you?
I was a little upset, but I mean, the dog was a great dog, but I mean, I eventually got a PlayStation, so it's whatever.
Willie's got a question. There you go. I was just say you just popped it up.
a retard.
It's not that I don't like sour cream. It's just I don't like it in chili. On certain things, I'll eat it like baked potato, but I have to be in the mood for it. It's not like I hate it. But
you don't put it on your tacos?
No, I don't put it on my fucking taco.
Ooh, that's good too.
I'll put it on a burrito. I put it on some burritos, but not a taco.
So there's a difference.
It's a lot of things you can put on a taco.
Yeah, we know.
I'll put A1 on a taco. I don't give a shit.
Don't get people started on the A1. Don't get people started on that. Fucking people.
Put that shit on anything.
So that's like your Frank's.
Adam, same thing with you. What's one thing you wanted for Christmas or still want to this day that you didn't get when you was a kid?
God, dude, there was so much shit that I never got as a kid that I asked for that like I couldn't even tell you. Willie.
Funny. Rachel hates sour cream. Interesting.
She hates sour cream. She hates sports. You like anything?
She doesn't hate sports.
She's
coming
sports
around.
are growing on her. Like she's told me she's watched a lot of NFL games of late. So
next
for whatever reason,
next year she'll be getting into fantasy football and she'll be hooked.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I really couldn't tell you, Dave, to be honest with you, of anything that I could think of off the top of my head right now from years ago.
What about right now? What would you be happy with if you woke up that's underneath the tree right now? Is Gail listening?
I don't give a shit. She is. Rhea Ripley would be one.
I would second that.
Hey now.
Which version of Rhea Ripley? The one that was just at War Games?
Don't even care which one. Just send Rhea.
Yeah,
Any of them.
Yeah, she is pretty.
No, I'd
take Mandy Rose.
No, you've always been a big Mandy fan. I really can't. I don't know. I'm not really the type. Like I buy enough shit throughout the year that I really don't ask for much at Christmas time.
Yeah,
because we're all going to get socks and underwear. We get that every year, anyways.
Yeah.
Throw out the old and in with the new.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs socks and underwear. Make sure your underwear is clean because you never know.
Skivvies.
You might need a clean pair of underwear.
Brand new skivvies.
Me, I, as a kid, really never wanted, anything big or whatever. Now, as I get older, Christmas is just another day. My Christmas present would be for each and every kid out there and everybody who's unfortunate to get everything they want. That's what I want for Christmas. If I could get a note from somebody that says, hey, all the kids got what they wanted for Christmas, I think that I'd be happy. Well, I know I'd be happy with that. So that's what I want for Christmas. Just make sure you get your kids or what you want, or somebody who's less fortunate what they want.
I get that.
For sure.
So yeah, so that's that with Christmas. What side dish or what food are you most looking for Christmas? I know we talked about Thanksgiving. Ham, but are you making it, or
I'm not making it. No.
Is it being made or cooked by your family? Or are you getting it from honey baked?
Yeah.
Because I know people are standing in line right now for the honey baked ham for Christmas.
No, we'll just get a ham from the grocery store. Cook it.
What about
you? I think the one thing I'm mad we're not having this year is mashed potatoes, because they take the cheap way and go and do the cheesy potatoes because they're easier and faster to make. But to me, you've got to have mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, that's just a staple for any family gets it,
and gravy with it.
I mean, whatever. I mean, but still, like, it's just
brown or white.
Brown, son, just like Papa BG likes.
Well, I had brown gravy last week at Joe's.
You did with your country fried chicken.
Damn, that breaks your heart just reading what she. I mean, just thinking about that.
Wow!
Jeez, Kelly.
Come on, Kelly.
Jeez,
you didn't have to do that, but I mean,
But that's the thing. People don't see that side of Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure.
The one thing that I do like about Christmas today is that, like, if you go to any of the malls, like even the shitty, like Midway had one, but is that giving tree where they have like a tag on there and you can take it off and then go get stuff, and then they tell you where to take it and stuff like that.
Yeah, yep.
And to go through, like, I saw somebody was there the other day, like one of them walkers or something on one of the Illyria pages or something, and they had it to where they walked past it a couple weeks ago when it first went up, and all the tags were gone. So that's good to see that people were giving back and helping out, and seeing that empty. That kind of made you feel good.
That does make you feel good, especially.
There are good people.
Like Adam said, with the mall being the way it is and all the walkers, man, that's cool as shit. I'm glad to hear that. So kudos to everybody who did that and picked the name off the tree, and hopefully you're helping them out, and whatever's on that list, they come close to getting it or whatnot. But yeah, that's what Christmas is about. Is about giving, is not about receiving gifts. So if you know anybody who's less fortunate or whatnot, try to help them out, take care of them. I seen the Salvation Army at Walmart, throw a few bucks in there, some change, whatever, help them out. Adam, you did that one time, didn't you?
What's that?
Didn't you stand out in front somewhere? No, that might have been Chops. Maybe it was Chops.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I could have swore it was either somebody I knew. I think it was Chops.
Probably him out there smoking his Newports.
Hey, as long as he was collecting money and giving it to them, I mean, because they police that shit now. They police that shit. You can't even get in there now. You can't even break the locks on them things. I was looking at them yesterday when I was putting money in there. I'm like, God damn, they made these things breakable proof or whatever. But I mean,
unbreakable.
There you go. Good morning. Unalive.
Morning, Brenda.
Good.
I will say, my local watering hole raised $3,000 for a family in need for Christmas.
Awesome.
And they heard through the grapevine that their electric was about to get shut off, so they paid that and got them two separate. Yeah, got them caught up. Got them two separate $300 gift cards to Walmart, and then they're a little over $2,000. They got all the kids their whole Christmas paid for.
Awesome.
And whatnot.
Well, kudos to them.
So, yeah, shout out to Harmon's Pub and everybody that donated for that.
Yeah, I know. Next year, I think I'm going to get back into the Toys for Tots things and donating to kids at Rainbow Babies and Children's for next Christmas.
Why don't we see if we can't do some sort of little fundraiser thing ourselves and try to find a help, like a family or something or two, like, and just see if we can't get donations or something.
I mean, I'm down for whatever you guys want to do. Whatever. I mean, we can do that. I have no problem. You know, I know. I don't know if you were you a part of the Thanksgiving dinner out at Jeremy's when he.
Mm-hmm. The pictures just came up not that long ago for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think we fed over 110 people. Shane, we did 100
Nice.
meals for the first time us doing it, and we had everybody fucking working. Like, kudos to everybody who put that together and worked and whatnot. It was a lot of work to do, but we fucking did it. We did
And
it.
it was worth it in the end.
It was worth it, man. So I'm cool with whatever you guys want to do. I'm going to talk to maybe Eric next year and do a Thanksgiving dinner, you know, get some turkeys donated, you know, give it out to people who are less fortunate, set up some delivery and whatnot. Maybe talk to Eric and see if that could be our drop-off location at the doghouse in Elyria, you know, set up there on the day before Christmas and whatnot. And Willie says tight end. He says he'll fly up for that. So yeah, maybe we can get.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And Kelly says she's down. It looks like she said yes.
All
you
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll get together. We got a year coming up, so we'll get together and work something out and get it taken care of, and we'll start doing it probably in February after we get all the details and everything worked out, and we'll let you guys know. But you know, everybody who's commenting on that, we appreciate you guys for, you know, stepping up to the plate and doing that. Let's try to build a whole team to get that done for some people. I mean,
I know it's one of those things right now. It's just in, you know, vocal as being talked about, but who's to say that we don't knock this shit out of the park and come across with, you know, being able to help a couple families out, you know, maybe a few, you know.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll publicly say right here on the air, I'll give in the first $100 donation to that from Redline Radio. So we got $100 in the till right now for that. So we'll keep track of that. We'll get it all worked out, whatnot, and start posting in maybe October, whatever, to do that. And maybe, like, again, I can talk to Eric and talk to him about doing a Thanksgiving dinner up there at the doghouse for people. So keep your eyes and ears open for that, people. That's what we'll be working on for 2025, amongst some other things that we got in the works. So stay tuned to see what we got going on. But yeah, I mean, it's Christmas time, the time of giving. What else you guys got to talk about today? I know that we got sports coming up. The college football playoffs kicked off yesterday.
Thanks for playing, Indiana.
Did you get a chance?
Yeah. Way to show up.
You're saying that. Did you get a chance to check the Notre Dame's uniforms? What do you guys think about them?
It's weird seeing their names on the back, but I guess they're only doing that for the playoff games. They're still going to have their, you know, normal jerseys during the regular season. They're going to have their names on them for just the playoffs.
They looked hideous.
I don't like the gold name. That's
what I was going to say. I didn't like the gold. The name's fine, but not in gold.
Yeah.
Put it in white. If it was white, it would look fine.
If it was the same way it was with their numbers, it would have been great, but it wasn't. And did anybody pay attention to the logo on the field? Like, the logo on the field didn't look right either.
I didn't pay attention. I watched it till it was 14-0. Then I said I saw enough because Indiana wasn't doing shit, and I was done with it at that point.
Peace out, Boy Scout.
The games I'm looking forward to are all the college and the NFL game today.
Yeah, how many NFL games are on today? There's three,
Two.
right?
Two. 3 college, 2 NFL.
What are you doing for the games?
Well, I'm going to be chilling here until I got to go pick up Gail from work, and then I don't know what she's got planned for later. So I'm going to try, but whatever she's got planned, as long as I'm home by 8 o'clock to watch the nightcap, that's all I'm worried about.
The nightcap.
A nightcap.
I mean, I got two games I'm going to watch today. The Ohio State game at 8 o'clock.
He's watching College Game Day,
and then watch the Steelers game at 4:25. Hopefully,
is that in Pittsburgh or Baltimore?
It's in Baltimore.
Okay.
Hopefully we can beat them. Usually we split the series, but Lamar hasn't played good against Pittsburgh over the last couple of years. And big news coming out today, last 24 hours, Baltimore released Deontay Johnson, and then Kirk Cousins was told that he's going to be released after signing that big ass contract in Atlanta.
It didn't even last a full season,
dude.
As a starter,
they fucked up when they drafted Michael Penix Jr. by not even letting him know they were drafting him. You know that they had somebody else on their card, and the general manager said, "No, we're not taking them," and turned in the card for Michael Penix.
I wonder if it was Dallas Turner.
I don't know who it was, but Kurt. The story, that's the story that Kurt gave. He said his agent told him that. He's like, yeah, if I would have known that, I would have never signed there. but he got fucking paid. He's going to get the same treatment.
He got guaranteed money.
Yeah, he's going to get the same treatment they're giving Russell Wilson.
Isn't fucking Desmond Ritter starting for them?
No, he's in the he's with the Raiders. Or no,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he is with the Raiders, isn't he?
So has Penix played?
He's starting tomorrow.
Yeah, he's starting the game tomorrow.
And they're playing the Giants, so I mean, what a better way to start than against the Giants, and it's at home. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one thing we can talk about. What do you guys? I need to know what you guys think that local Buckeye great Kirk Herbstreit, his son, commits to Michigan.
Well, I knew that would be brought up some point of this show. I mean, listen. To me, if that was my son and and I was an Ohio State alumni, it's where you can go to play now or have a better education. And if that's where he thinks he can go to get a better education and whatnot, then so be it. But I mean,
isn't he a quarterback?
Yes, he is a quarterback.
So he's not gonna play.
Well, I mean, he's a redshirt freshman.
Why?
Right?
He's gonna go to Michigan and sit?
I mean, he might.
Yeah, well, they just gave homeboy fucking $12 million.
Did they give it to him yet? Has that been announced?
Well, he got it. That's why he signed.
I'm just saying. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, we're trying to get the kid from Baylor, I guess via Toledo or something in the transfer. There's a couple quarterbacks they're looking at in the transfer portal that would start this coming year because I don't know if they really want to start Bryce right away. Obviously, maybe have him.
Why not? He's the next coming, right? Give him $12 million.
Hey, yeah, you guys got so many fucking quarterbacks. Half of them are leaving.
Yeah, Aaron Nolan, he's leaving.
So is Devin Brown.
I mean, come on,
Devin Brown's not good.
Yeah, he's good. He's the equivalent to Kyle McCord.
But no, I just thought that was weird, and I know Kirk was a little upset because I guess from what it sounds like is that Ohio State never even recruited his kid.
Well, how many quarterbacks can we play? One. I mean, it's.
Well, I understand it, but you should almost kind of have like a thing considering, the great Buckeye legend Herbstreit. It's his.
He's not. He wasn't good. He was a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. He was the equivalent at Ohio State to what Steve Bellisari was.
If that.
I mean that.
Joe Germain.
I mean, Herbstreit has made a name for himself.
Yeah, on fucking game day.
On game day and on TV. He was a decent at best quarterback at Ohio State.
Craig Krenzel was better.
Yeah, Craig Krenzel was fucking way better than him. Unfortunately, so was Kent Graham at Ohio State, which he was fucking horrible. But I mean,
Stanley Jackson.
Yeah, Stanley.
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Herbstreit was not good.
Well, I just want to. My thing is I'm just curious. Will Herbstreit ever rock the maize and blue? I don't think he will.
That'd be tough, right? That's tough to do if you graduate from Ohio State.
I mean, you got to go support your son, right?
I mean, because he was I think he was a quarterback down at Saint Xavier.
Yeah, you got to support your son. So, I mean,
I get that, but he might not actually wear the apparel, but he'll wear the color scheme. I bet. Yeah,
I can see it like a tie and the little fucking.
Yeah.
Like kind of go that route with it.
I mean, there's a lot of Ohio State fans that are fucking pissed off about that. I really don't care about it. I mean,
I don't care.
If you think you're going to go there and play, then I mean that's the best option for you to go. I mean, why not? Like you guys said, Ohio State's got 40 fucking quarterbacks. They'll probably be 39th on the depth charts or whatnot. So I mean,
now that's a good idea. Like Kelly said, have a split custom jersey. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because his other son plays like at Ole Miss, right? Isn't that where his other son plays?
I think because he was at Ohio State, but he transferred.
Yeah, he plays.
Yeah, tight end, I think.
No, what? Yes, his son does play at Ohio State, and he just mentioned that he's coming back next year because he's a sophomore. I remember that because he didn't want to get. And somebody brought up about being in his dad's shadow. That was one of the things that Kirk talked about. When he was at Ohio State and told his kids that he didn't want them to live in his shadow. But again, he didn't have a shadow there. He played it all
right.
So I mean, it's not like he was a dominant quarterback. He didn't do nothing in the NFL. A lot of Ohio State quarterbacks didn't do nothing in the NFL. So
we got one.
Who, CJ Stroud?
CJ.
It's not, well. Can you
Troy Smith? I mean,
Heisman Trophy winner Troy Smith. I mean,
yeah,
wrong place, wrong situation.
maybe.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's just the way it goes in college. We'll see what Travis Hunter does.
Yeah.
That's another conversation. Like I get that he's the greatest athlete in college football right now, but like you weren't number one at either one of your
It
positions.
doesn't matter. What is the Heisman Trophy? I mean, what do you got to do to win the Heisman Trophy? Was Charles Woodson the best player all around on both sides of the ball when he won it? Absolutely not. Go back and look at his stats. I think that year he caught 8 passes for 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. He won that Heisman by the way he played on defense. This is Charles Woodson and his kickoff returns. That's what he did, and that's basically the same way that Travis Hunter did it. So I'm not mad at it. Who you be mad at is the people who vote for that, the former Heisman Trophy winners who voted for that. That's what you got to be mad about.
I mean, I just thought it's a popularity contest at this point with that. I mean, I'm not hating on the kid. I would have voted for the running back from Boise State. That's what I'm saying.
Motherfucker threw up video game numbers.
Right. And then I saw on somebody's podcast they're saying, well, Barry Sanders did it. This buddy did it. It doesn't matter. We're talking about right now, this year.
Right. The game's different now than when they played.
Well,
exactly. Way different.
Well, okay. So then you put yourself in the future. Out of the running back from Ohio State, or what's his last name, Adam?
Judkins?
No, not Ole Miss, or the dude from Boise State. What's his
Judkins.
name?
Jeanty.
Oh, yeah, Jeanty. Ashton.
I mean, you're right. He led him in interceptions, but did he do anything offensively? Absolutely not. Go look at his numbers. They just brought this up on College Game Day last week after Travis Hunter won it. So he didn't really do nothing on offense, but you're right. He did lead the nation in interceptions, and he was the best defense or cornerback at that time, best defensive player in the nation at that time. He wasn't a great offensive player. He had explosiveness on offense and scored a couple touchdowns and had a couple catches, but he really didn't do anything. Am I mad that he won it? Absolutely not. I mean, Charles Woodson was a freak athlete.
He deserved it. He deserved it that year for his defensive play and his kick returning abilities. He was just so talented, they put him on offense, too.
Yeah, I mean, same way with Chris Gamble at Ohio State. He played both sides of the ball, and he wasn't a great cornerback. He was a better wide receiver than he was a cornerback.
Way better.
He made his knack in the NFL as a cornerback, not a wide receiver, because that's where he got drafted at. He was a decent corner in college. Then when he honed his skills in the NFL and turned out to be a decent cornerback in the NFL that played, I think it was 13, 14 years maybe, Chris Gamble did. And he had some big games at Ohio State as a wide receiver. So, yeah.
Well, Adam, what do you want to know about your thoughts about the college players that have to sign a 2-year contract with schools?
I mean,
I didn't hear that, but I didn't know it was a thing.
I don't have a problem with that, especially with the transfer portal, and everybody jumping in that and new quarterbacks going there.
We got our Willie all fired up now.
Oh, Willie, maybe we'll bring you on for Willie. Maybe we'll bring you on for the second half of the show because we're getting ready to break here. So I'll send you the link if you want to join. But yeah, I mean, what was your question again, Adam, about the two-year contract for?
What do you think about? What's your thoughts about it? If they're going to come to this school, they have to sign a 2-year contract.
I'm okay with that.
Puppy.
What about you, Shane? You okay with that?
Yeah, like this whole one and done, and I understand in college you got to go for what? You have to go for 2 years now, or is it 3 in football?
I think you have to go for 2 years. We'll also come back and we'll talk about the Bill Belichick signing too as well at North Carolina. So we'll be back after the break, ladies and gentlemen. Give us 3-4 minutes. We'll be back. We're going to bring Willie on. So we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Unscripted here, Redline Radio. Thanks to Willie Spuckle Upholstery for being our official show sponsor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Unscripted. You got myself, Shane O'Mac, and the star of the show, and I do think Willie's going to be joining us here real soon. Mike from the Bearded Browns podcast. Thank you for joining us to fill in for us last week. Kelly says that she likes your man cave. Adam gives me some ideas on how my kids left my home aside from my Nightmare Before Xmas stuff. Yes. Shane says, "What's up, fellas?" So yeah, so eventually I'll get my man cave put together because somebody said my wall looks too plain behind me. So yeah, so I'll get my stuff taken care of. But yeah, we'll get right back into it. What do you think, Adam, about these about that 2-year contract with the college kids?
It's funny because it makes you really. I mean, like this is how the landscape of college football is changing with NIL. Is that you never had to worry about that before? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, can't do that, buddy.
It's a minor league for the NFL now.
I mean,
Almost.
yeah, but it's pretty sad when some of these kids that are seniors or are eligible to go to the NFL could stay in college and make just as much, if not more, money in college than they would the NFL.
Look how much money Cam Rising would have made if NIL was around 4 years ago.
And that's what I'm saying.
That guy could play again next year,
right?
Somehow,
But
8 years.
I think it's smart because in that way you at least get the kid for 2 years before they, because you get a lot of these kids that come in, and there's a lot of freshmen, if you look right now, that are in the transfer portal that, were true starting freshmen that have now already transferred after a year and are going elsewhere. But then you
look at Marshall. They couldn't even play their bowl game because of the transfer portal and injuries.
Yeah. Yes, I am. I didn't even realize it was on there until this morning. I said, screw it, I'm leaving it. The sticker that's up underneath. And it's sad because you look at the transfer portal too. Like I on different pages I follow, you see that these guys have went to one school, they're at a second school, now they're at a third school. Like they're like every year they're transferring now. So it's like if they don't like it, they can just go and then play the next one. So it's getting annoying.
Isn't that what the guy from Oregon has done? He's been in 3 different schools, right? The quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, I think he started out at Indiana and then he went to TCU or something like that. Now he's in Oregon, right? Ain't that how that worked out with him?
Something like that. I know he was in Oklahoma and Oregon.
He's got like fucking 7 years of eligibility, which I don't know how that works. I mean, that's appalling.
Cam Rising's got 8. Apparently,
that kid from what is it, Oklahoma or Oregon State, Bowman, he played at Michigan for a little bit. He's got like 8 years in.
I just seen him transferring somewhere. Where's he going?
No, he's not transferring again. He was going to transfer. Now he's going to try to go pro, but he ain't going to get drafted. He'll be
he's going pro. But we got Willie Patterson joining us, ladies and gentlemen, live from Florida.
Oh, you guys are out of control. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
How much? What do you mean we're out of control?
Fantastic.
Why are we out of control?
People, the women were taking their shirts off over their heads, rolling around. Settle down.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Shane, I take it you're not married?
Oh, I have a fiance.
Oh, okay. Then that'll stop here as soon as that ring gets on the finger.
She got a big rock already.
Yeah, just when the other rock comes on is when it stops.
They cut off everything.
I've heard.
Yeah.
So Willie, what are you all worked up about today? You worked up about the Travis Hunter getting a Heisman Trophy?
I'm ticked off about that. I'm ticked off about college football. I love college football so much, and I've gotten really more in love with it when I moved down here to Florida 10 years ago. But these kids, I was explaining to my wife about it, like on how these kids, it's not going to become recruiting anymore. It's going to wind up becoming bidding. Recruiting is going to be over with. It's going to be bidding is what it's going to be. So it's going to be
true.
Okay. And I'm just going to use 2 random schools. Michigan, prime example. They had the 5-star quarterback signed. He was ready to go. Oh, you got a couple people got together, Portnoy and a billionaire wife, and they said, "Hey, look, why don't you go ahead and come on over here?" Decommitted, came over to there. Now, who's to say that Miami next year or SMU or whatever school might come to that same kid and say, "Hey, look, they're giving you X amount of dollars. We'll give you X amount of dollars more, and you come play here next year. So these guys are just, there's no more loyalty no more. There's no more tradition. They don't know who they're playing for and what they're playing for in college football anymore. And it's
playing for that paycheck.
Exactly. That's all they're doing, you know? So it's just one of those deals where that's what it is, you know? And I can go ahead and go play for, say, I don't know, like SMU. I just got done playing for Michigan. I won a national championship. I go play for SMU. Want to go play against shitty ass competition, and I'm going to light it up. I'm going to make it look that much better. I'm going to be a Heisman Trophy winner now. And now my draft stock just went way up. These kids need to sign a minimum 2-year contract. And after that, they need to sign a 1-year contract if they want to stay another year. Because generally, most times out of, 9 times out of 10, there's only 4 years of eligibility.
Well, don't you think too that they should put a limit on how many people are in the transfer portal each year or how many times you can transfer? Because Gabriel did it his 3rd team in 6 years. I mean, you should put a limit on that. I mean, if you're going to do a 2-year contract, put a limit on how many times you can be in the transfer portal.
That's fine. You can only jump one time. In your whole entire career, you can only jump one time, and that's it. So then if you make that jump, then that's it, you know? So, but I think that's where that 2-year contract comes in, though, too. So if they sign a 2-year contract and they jump, they're going to be in their 3rd year. I mean, they're pretty much going to be in, by that time. So,
Willie, I mean, we're talking here about fucking 6-7 year eligibility for some people. If you sign a 2-year deal and then you decide to, go to another team. So if you leave, for instance, if Arch Manning left or Tennessee right now and Texas right now, and then he went to Ohio State for 2 years and he said, oh, well, I'm not going to get to play here, signs a 2-year contract. Then he goes, signs another 2-year contract, say at Northwestern or whatever, goes to play there and he's not happy there. And he signs another 2-year contract. That's 6 years of eligibility. So I just think that if you're going to do that, you allow them to be in sign a 2-year contract, but you put the stipulation is you're only allowed to have one transfer portal. That's it. No matter how long you play in college, one transfer. That's it.
Oh, hold on. So what everybody's failing to realize about these 5 and 7 years
injuries,
it's not even, well, it is injuries, but these guys are playing off the COVID year. So remember COVID?
Oh yeah, yep.
So they had an eligibility year during then. And then on top of that, if you got hurt during the COVID year, that was another year you got. So you got 2 extra years.
And that's
4. Now you got 6. And then if you got hurt again, now you're up to 7 years.
Cam Rising is this example.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right on that, Willie. You are absolutely right.
Back when I played ball, you got 1 red shirt. That was it. You got 1 red shirt. That was it. You got hurt. Bam. I mean, that was your red shirt. Now they're giving, I think, 2 or 3 red shirts now to where they're doing that. And on top of that, you throw in a COVID year. These guys are going to have their damn doctorate by the time they go ahead and graduate from college.
I'm pretty sure they have a medical red shirt now too, right?
Yep. And they have a medical gray shirt, which is the second one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just it's ridiculous right now. It's they need to really, really just focus on. I mean, look, if the guys are getting education, and trust me, if they're playing for 7 years in college ball, are they really that good?
No.
I mean, they would have already been out and gone by now. So I mean, they're
getting education. The thing that is, I keep hearing a lot, and I'm going to see what you guys think about this. Is that prime example of this whole transfer shit? Is I'm hearing a lot of Quinn Ewers being that he's like the 5th quarterback out of the ones coming out this year. There's a lot of rumors of him transferring to better his draft stock for next year. So, I mean, is that something
that?
I heard that too, and I heard he might go back to Ohio State.
I've heard that too.
Yes, that's the rumor.
You know what it is? It's money.
Yeah.
Money.
He'll get more money in college than he would going to be the 5th best quarterback.
Fuck you.
Left, and they're like, I think we made a mistake. I think we probably should have played you.
Yeah.
And if you want to come on back, we got a back for you when you get here, And what better team to play for than the Ohio State Buckeyes? You know, one of the best damn bands in the land and best damn football teams in the country to come and do it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you go back to Ohio State, how much is his contract worth? He's going to make more than some starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Did you guys see the Texas Tech wide receiver?
No.
Which one?
The one that just gave the one. Oh my God! So listen to his NIL deal, okay? And I know it pretty well. He gets a Cadillac Escalade with a driver from the start of the season to the end of the season. He gets 10 free tickets to every game, not every home game, every game. And then on top of that, they have to pay for travel for all 10 of his family members to come to every game. Not every home game.
Every game.
Every game. So if they're playing in California, playing in Florida, it's a bowl game from the start of the season to the end of the season. And then on top of that, he gets a car. I think it's like a Mercedes or something like that he drives, you know, when the season is out. And then on top of that, I think he got $1 million.
Wow.
Give me his agent.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But this is where it's at right now. It's a bidding war. And the thing is, the colleges, they make so much money, man. It's ridiculous how much money they're making. And now it's all starting to come to fruition now. You know what it's going to do? It's going to drive up tuition now. I got a son right now, okay, in wrestling. Okay, he's doing really good. He's like top 20 in the state right now. By the way, shout out to my son Braden. He just got his 4th pin. And
kudos.
He's Vermilion at the Vermilion Invitational today. So shout out to my boy there. But I'm praying he gets a scholarship. I'm praying he gets a scholarship. My daughter, she's like, Dad, I want to take a year off from school. I think my daughter's she was an all-state, all-Ohio wrestler too. But I think she's going to go to the Air Force. I'm really pushing that on her, but that's another story for another day. But I'm not the lucky one that might have a kid to go ahead and go to college on a sports scholarship. There's other people out there that ain't going to be able to afford to go. You see what it is already.
Well,
and
it's not just going to is
just football. This is going to be basketball. This is going to be baseball. This is going to be lacrosse, soccer, whatever it's going to be. And it's just going to drive the price of tuition. It's a monster, and it's already starting to grow a second head.
And it's not only going to affect the college sports, it's also going to affect the pro sports moving forward too as well, because these quarterbacks who are making $3-4 million in college, they're not going to want to sign a rookie deal, because I think the rookie deal is like $4 or $5 million a year.
Right.
Like, I could stay another year in college and make more money than doing that. So it's going to affect the salary cap in the NFL, and that's what people don't realize. I mean, I think it was Mark May. I mean, Ohio State Buckeye fans hate him because he hates the Buckeyes, which, I mean...
Yeah, I was waiting for... I know Willie hates that motherfucker.
That guy's a douchebag.
He said it best. He said it best. You should put a salary cap on the team, or on a college team, that can spend each year for your players, because again, you got some players in the league.
Viper.
you saw Willie and her eyes lit up.
Oh, get back on the camera again.
Hold on. Come here. Come on. Now she's gonna be shy. Come here, just put it out here. You want to just say hi? That's all it is. You gotta get closer to it. There you go.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
You gonna come down here and play with Chewy?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave Daddy at home and just bring Mommy.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
Love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh man, that makes me feel good. That brought a tear to my eye. Thanks, Adam.
I figure once she saw you, like I said, I pointed because she handed me the mail. I pointed to you, and she turned her head, and then she looked back. She goes,
Yeah.
"Look at Willie, all."
Yeah, but God damn it, Adam. Woo! Okay, back.
Good stuff. We got the good stuff today.
So,
The good stuff.
like I was telling my wife Jean, I said, if you guys remember that 30 for 30, SMU, remember they got black.
Yeah.
Where's SMU at right now?
Playoffs today at noon.
Yeah.
And you don't think that's not going to be happening a lot more here in the future? All those Texas oil men down there now saying we can spend money now on these guys.
Right.
Well, a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of these have donors now, right?
What was that, Adam? I'm sorry.
They have a lot of these guys have like donors or there's different programs now. Like I know Michigan has a Champions Club that fans and donors can donate to that goes to NIL.
Right. It's an alumni club. It's
Yeah.
all a fan club, whatever. But it's going to be the same thing that
Later, Mike.
you watch.
See you, Mike.
See you, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
It's like Willie always says about the Catholics. College is like that. They're just gonna have their hand out for money now.
That's all it's going to be. I mean, Gene gets a letter twice a year from Villanova to donate money. Obviously their basketball program is exceptional. So
Well, speaking of basketball and basketball programs, what do you think about Bill Belichick going to Carolina? I know that they're saying that North Carolina, and we obviously know that North Carolina is a basketball school, but Belichick going there, and how long is that going to last?
I mean, I'll follow up. This is your guys' show. I don't want to take the whole show over.
No, go ahead. I'm asking you your opinion. What do you think about that?
I don't see that happening long. Just you listen. Go watch the Gronk and who's the podcast?
Edelman.
Go watch that podcast and hear what they say about the rookies with Belichick. Belichick's going to have to deal with
Families.
He was an 84-man roster on college, so he's got to deal with 84 rookies. I don't give a shit if you're 4 years into college or if you're 1 year into college. He is going to chew you up and spit you out. He ain't going to go ahead and be like, "Oh, Johnny," like the rest of these coaches are. He's going to chew you up and spit you out, and ain't nobody going to want to come play for him.
He's getting a lot of transfers right now.
I think it's a ploy for his son to be the coach.
And I agree. I think that's what it is also as well.
I think so too, because we all seen him do what he did with the Jets. I think that if the NFL team comes at the end of the season and says, "Hey, Bill, we'll give you full control," I think he turns in his resignation and he goes to that team, and his son gets appointed the head coach of North Carolina. That's just my thoughts.
Hold that thought, because guess what? The Jets were talking to him, and the Jets didn't offer enough, and North Carolina did. Weak.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, there's other teams out there. I will tell you this: there are two jobs that he would probably go to, or three maybe. One being Dallas, but Jerry Jones is not giving up control.
No.
He would go to the Giants if that was presented to him. He would go there. And I hate to say this, if Stefanski gets fired in Cleveland, he's got unfinished business there where he started. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Belichick would come back if Haslam would give him full control. But Browns have other problems going on because their star defensive player just said that he needs to have a talk.
He gone.
Management. So
he's gone.
Adam, being a avid Browns fan, what's your thoughts on the Myles Garrett comments?
What did Myles say? So just refresh me, because
basically that he is not sticking around for a rebuild. He wants to win now, and he's going to let the team know that, and then we're going to go from there.
I mean,
Adam, do you agree? He's gone.
Yeah, they'll trade him.
They'll trade him, or he won't sign. Like him saying that tells me he's done. He's done because
what he's saying is, get Deshaun Watson the frig out of here, because they're a playoff team. They were in the playoffs last year, and they've shown glimpses of being a good team this year. But what has held them back?
Quarterback.
One player held them back. Deshaun. They have to trade up into the draft. They need to get a good quarterback, or go get a good free agent. I don't know who would be a good free agent quarterback out there.
Kirk Cousins just got released. Right. I'm just throwing the name out there, not to say that he's going to go with the Browns.
Willie, do you think the front office is going to do that though?
Listen,
their only option. It's their only option. Because
Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead.
Have a good defense. Their offensive line is a little bit shaky, but they're only one player's holding them back. It's Deshaun Watson, and they're going to have to eat it. They're going to have to say, Deshaun,
They're not going to do that.
you have to eat it, because who are you going to take? Myles Garrett or Deshaun Watson?
Well, I'll tell you who they're going to take. I'll tell you who they're going to take. They're going to roll with number 4 because here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Guaranteed money, and Jimmy Haslam doesn't want to look like a moron for guaranteeing that.
Well, he is,
and take accountability for him making a mistake with Deshaun Watson. Hold on. So they're gonna let a bona fide Hall of Fame defensive player, one of the top 3 players in the NFL, walk because they want to keep Watson. That's what's gonna happen. And if you do trade him or let him walk, you better ask for 3 first-round draft picks, because that's what he's fucking worth. You better get that tomorrow.
Minimum.
The thing I keep hearing a lot of, the thing I keep hearing a lot of is they're going to, obviously they'll keep Watson, but they're not going to let him be, like, he's going to have to earn his starting job, which he should have anyways, but he hasn't done shit since he's been here. But the name I keep hearing a lot of is Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, this is Cleveland radio saying this. I'm just saying.
That doesn't put you over the top, especially when your defensive player comes to you and says, we're going to win now. Is Justin Fields right now in his career a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right
Yes. I believe so.
Okay. Can he take you to the Super Bowl? When Myles Garrett says, I want to win now means Super Bowl, because their roster is so talented that they can get there. They've made the moves over the offseason to do that. They have more moves to being made at the end of the offseason that's coming up. But you got to look at it from their perspective. Again, Myles Garrett is your star. Myles Garrett is the face of the Browns organization right now, and has been since he got drafted number 1. And should be, because he earns that right. Adam, you say I hate the Browns. I'm giving Myles Garrett his flowers, because I don't know what took him so long to fucking come out and say. I don't know what took him so long to come out and say this. You wasted Joe Thomas's career, Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
And you're wasting Myles Garrett's career by not going out and putting a quarterback into that offense that can take them to the Super Bowl. Deshaun Watson is not the answer in Cleveland at all.
No, I agree 100%. But everybody gets, though, who's going to be a free agent in Pittsburgh at the end of this year that's their starting quarterback?
Russell Wilson. I mean,
I said last year when Denver dropped him, I wanted him to go to Las Vegas, and everybody was like, I'm about ready to drop all my Vegas Raider group chats that group pages that I'm in, because I want to strangle the shit out of them. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking Browns football right now, and I'm a Browns fan also as well. But I'm telling you guys right now that he's still got game. He's still got game. In Pittsburgh, better go ahead and sign him for the rest of his career, because if not, somebody else is going to. And I'm telling you right now, Cleveland, hear me out. Go after him for free agent, and then draft the quarterback, groom him, get him ready, just like the Green Bay did with Love, just like Green Bay did with idiot up in New York Jets right now. I forgot his name.
Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
These guys, they groomed all these quarterbacks, and they jump right in and they start winning. All of a sudden, like this is a formula. 1992, and it's been working for them. I'm telling you guys right now, Russell Wilson, he's probably going to be the number 1 go-getter right now for free agent quarterback.
Okay, Willie, him being the Steelers quarterback, and I mean him signing there for a 1.2 league minimum and still getting paid $38 million from Denver for the next 2 years. That's what he's getting, is $38 million per year, and he's still going to sign a contract over the offseason being paid by whoever. What do you think his going value is per year contract-wise for a starting quarterback? If Pittsburgh was to sign him, what are you offering him, or the Browns are signing him? What are you offering him to be your starting quarterback per year? Because I have a number in my head where I think that he deserves it, and I'll tell you, he's not worth more than $30 to $33 million a year.
Okay, I was gonna say $18 million a year. Do the math. How long you want to keep him?
Yep. I mean, I'm cool with that. $1
million a year, 15 to 18. I don't think you take 15, but obviously you're going to try to go ahead and play. Let's play businessman. You know, salesman Will's coming out right now, but I'm going to try to take low, go in high. But 15 to 18 million, I think, and that's what it's going to take. You know.
Adam, I'm going to let you talk on this Myles Garrett thing because you're an avid Browns fan. Him coming out and saying that, what are your thoughts on that as a Browns fan?
He's just basically saying what the fan base has been thinking. He's basically being our mouthpiece at this point. We're tired of it. But there's no reason that we should going into this season. There was high expectations. I get it. Nobody expected him to be 3-11 going into where we're at right now. There is no way anybody thought that this at all was going to be this bad.
They were supposed to either win. They were supposed to win North or finish second in the North this year.
Exactly. But here's a name.
They're where Pittsburgh is right now. That's where they were supposed to be. Because
Yeah.
nobody thought Pittsburgh would have been good.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they beat the Ravens this year. They beat the
Steelers
here. I mean, they showed glimpses that they're a good football team.
But go ahead, Adam. Finish your story.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I know Willie gets going. You got to pump the brakes on him. But here's something that a lot of people, and this is a name you haven't heard in a couple of years. He's a backup right now, and he played against us in Cleveland. What about Carson Wentz?
Fuck no. Hell no.
No, Adam. No.
I'm just throwing names out there. I'm not saying that I want him.
Wait a minute. To be your starting quarterback moving forward, or to come in and groom a quarterback.
Well, it depends on who our OC is, because Ken Dorsey's not our OC. He's garbage. He needs to go.
He's trash.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Dorsey's problem.
Ken Dorsey can only go. He can only call in the plays. All right, the team has to execute these plays, guys. That's what you guys. Have a piss poor reading quarterback back there. We got a quarterback that throws more interceptions than touchdowns. You know, he throws to the other team. I swear to God, the Browns should go in there and wear the opposite team colors, and they would probably win every damn game.
Here's the other thing about that our boy Ken Carman was talking about, and I know Adam, you were a big and still are, I think, a big Watson fan, and still
not anymore,
and still back him, because I know that you kind of got a little frustrated when we were in studio when me and Chipper were going at you about Deshaun Watson and you having the belief in him that he's the quarterback of the future, of the Browns in the future. We all know why he came here. He didn't come here for the love of the franchise or to try to take them to the Super Bowl. He came for the $230 million that was guaranteed to him. He would have went anywhere, Carolina, Detroit, wherever, to get that money.
Atlanta.
Yeah, your ownership group dropped the ball on this, and somebody is going to be the scapegoat, and it's going to have to be either. Unfortunately, you guys may not like it, Kevin Stefanski. And Carmen brought up another good point too, as well. Dorsey's offensive plays that he's sending in has to get approved by Kevin Stefanski before he sends them to the quarterback. So Stefanski didn't give up all the play calling. He's approving whatever play is being out there. So it's not Dorsey's fault if you're not going to take the full reins off your offensive coordinator and give him the leadership or the trust to call a game. Then what are you the head coach for?
You know what, Dave? That's all good shit, Dave. I really have nothing to say. I mean, like, you stumped me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. If you're giving up play calling duties and you tell your offensive coordinator, I'm turning play calling duties over to you and I trust you with this, why does he have to go through you with each play that he sends to the quarterback? So is that a quarterback issue or is that a head coach issue?
It's a quarterback issue.
We have a quarterback issue. We have one of those.
Maybe there might be a tiff up top, but Cleveland definitely has a quarterback issue for sure. I mean, that's without a doubt. I mean, Ray Charles can see that. You know?
I mean,
Facts.
we all can. And listen, I don't understand this whole thing about how they turn their back on Baker Mayfield and how they turn their back quickly on Joe Flacco and whatnot. I mean, you had the perfect quarterback for the offense, the play action offense, the get out and run and bootleg and throw the ball out with Joe Flacco. Even though he's old, he still put up big numbers. He turned over the ball. Why didn't you just keep him on this roster as the backup and tell Watson, hey, shut the fuck up. You're a starting quarterback. This is your backup.
That's why, because Watson he didn't want to look over his shoulder.
He didn't want the fans chanting for Flacco.
Yeah, he did not want to have to look over his shoulder knowing I just threw an interception. And a lot of these quarterbacks do that crap. You know, they whenever they fall out, they have the second string quarterback comes in, he starts lighting it up, and all of a sudden the first string quarterback comes on and, does the rest of the season. But he goes to the front office and says, hey, look, I want this guy out, because I don't want to have to look over my shoulder every time that this guy goes and I throw an interception, and and people in the stands, just like in Cleveland, they start chanting that quarterback's name, and because the other guy's doing terrible,
That's understandable. That's understandable.
Well, now you know why they Flacco.
But here's the thing: since 1999, since the Browns have came back, you have not got the quarterback position correct at all.
They did. They just traded him to Carolina.
Oh, you're talking about Baker Mayfield?
Yes. Baker was Cleveland. He was blue collar. He was gritty. He was tough. He was a steel worker. He was an auto manufacturer guy. He was a cheesecake factory, for Christ's sake.
I would say this, Willie. Speaking of the cheesecake thing, that is fucking hilarious. But I would say this about Baker. Being a fan, I didn't like him, and I thought he was too short of a quarterback in order to play in the league. But he's the type of guy, like you said, who's got a chip on his shoulder because what happened in Cleveland. Yes. And he is balling out in Tampa. He played pretty good in the 4 games that he played with the Rams. He played decently in Adams' other team, Carolina, got the shaft there. And I just think that they went into this whole process with getting Deshaun Watson the wrong way. You give up 3 first-round draft picks to trade for him, and you guarantee him $230 million to be your starter, and you're stuck to that. And now you're finding ways to get out of this contract. Again, Jimmy Haslam, you're right. Jimmy Haslam will never admit he made the mistake, ever.
It's
no, because he's a piece of shit crook.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's going to have to pay Deshaun Watson all that money on top of building that new stadium out there in Brook Park.
But
if the city allows them, because they're trying to do the Modell Law.
Adam, do you think that's going to stand? Do you think that's going to stand?
They're trying. They're trying.
No, it's. I mean, they're pulling. They're grasping straws.
And that's basically what it is. But they're trying to fight it, which is dumb because, I think the Modell rule meant you can't move them out of state. You can't go 15 minutes down the fucking road. Shut the fuck up. And I hate to say it. That's what they need. They need to get the fuck away from the lake and start a whole new. It needs a regime change because I'll tell you. You need the mistake by the lake shit's got to stop. Factory of Sadness. You get away from there. You go to the dome. Start fresh. Everything.
That land is haunted. Okay.
Yes.
Land is haunted. We need to get the hell out of there. Get down to Brook Park where we can have WrestleManias, and I'm flying up to Ohio for WrestleMania.
I'm not going.
I'm coming up for whatever type of shit. Super Bowls. All that stuff. It's going to, Cleveland's going to be a hot spot. Well, Brook Park's going to be a hot spot. Now, they're going to have to clean up Brook Park. We all know. Yeah. Right? I'll fly into Brook Park, all right? And trust me, it don't look any better than it was when I moved down here. If anything, it probably took about 10 steps back. So they're cleaning up all of Brook Park.
Well, don't worry. If you come up for Mania, I won't go. That way you guys can actually go see a Mania and it won't get canceled.
We'll just hope there's just no mass pandemic going on.
What I'll do is I'll go for all the fucking like the Comic Cons and shit the weekend of, but then the actual day of WrestleMania, I'll just go home and watch it on Peacock.
If they have, I'm sorry, folks, we got on a tangent here, but if they do have a Mania up there, I'll probably come up there for like a good 4 or 5 days for sure.
Because you figure most of them are 2 days now.
Yeah, we'll do all that garbage and stuff. But yeah, sorry, but yeah, let's get back to football here.
That's the thing about the Browns moving to Brook Park. I think as being a football fan myself and going down to the stadium and watching the games that I have there against Pittsburgh and other teams that I have watched the game against, I think it's a bad area down there to continue to have the Browns in downtown Cleveland. The parking is outrageous. You have no way to get down there. You have the train to get down there. I just think it's time for them to move from there. And when they came back in '99, they thought about putting a dome on there for these reasons that we're talking about now. They just wanted to get the stadium up as quick as possible to get the team to play in there, because I did read somewhere where originally they were supposed to play at Ohio State Stadium before the stadium was built, and there was supposed to be some lag in the time frame of them, having a stadium up and built. But yeah, I think it's time for them to move away from down there. And if you have an indoor complex, stadium, whatever, the stuff that you can bring there, NCAA championship, better monster jams.
Think about that though. Think about it, like how funny would it be or how awesome would it be for Ohio State fans? They get to a national championship and it's in Cleveland.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's money not for just Ohio State, but that's money also for Cleveland. That's money also for the area surrounding there. So there's a lot of good restaurants also in the Brook Park area, and it's going to bring jobs to there as well. So I'm on the outside looking in as a Browns fan, but I don't oppose them moving, because the way that it's going to be nice down there. It's going to be in a nicer neighborhood. I'm all for it. I am.
I am too. Granted, I really don't have a dog in this fight living down in Naples, Florida, but I think it needs to be done. Cleveland has offered a lot of promises for over the last 50 years, and this fell on deaf ears every time they pay the piper. And I think it's time to go to Brook Park and just get it done over with. They're still going to be the Cleveland Browns. Nobody plays in the same damn time. Other than like the Steelers and like the Vegas Raiders and there's like maybe 10 teams in the NFL that actually play in the city that they're called for.
Yeah, so, Dallas ain't in Dallas; it's in Austin.
No, that's what I thought. Dallas ain't in Dallas.
Yeah, it's in Austin,
Buffalo. So it's it's the same distance from Brook Park it is to Cleveland that it is from where Buffalo plays at in Buffalo.
Orchard Park,
yeah. And that's west. That's west of Buffalo. I go past exit or I go to Oswego.
The other thing is you got to think of too, how accessible is it going to be? You got all the highways there, you got the airport right there, all that. You're going to have restaurants. That's going to build up the area over there. So again, Browns fans, when you guys are getting on these radio shows talking about how bad it's going to be for Brook Park, it's not. You guys are just used to the stadium being down there and want to go to the game where it's cold as hell. I get it. Yeah. Against the Steelers, you guys like the snow game. I'd like that too as well. But it's time for a change. Eventually, by 2030, maybe 2032, 2033, every team will have a dome. Every team.
So this is what I told my older brother, diehard Browns fan. And I told him, all right, I said, if you got a Ferrari, do you drive it in the snow? He's like, hell no. I said, what do you think these players are?
Yeah, that's facts.
You want these,
anymore?
Do you want your Ferrari spinning tires in the snow, or do you want them running on nice clean roads? No.
Well, think about it.
Roads. Guess what the roads are? In the dome. So
prime example. Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Played in the snow game, hurt himself. He's out for the year.
Put him in a dome. Does that happen? Probably not.
The odds of it happening are slimmer than.
Yeah. Do you drive your Ferrari? Do you drive your Corvette? Do you drive your Mercedes Benz in the snow? No.
That's why there's winter storage, and that dome's going to be winter storage.
Exactly. So you put your cars in the garage. The garage is the dome. They don't get hurt in the garage. See what I'm saying?
I like that analogy.
You know,
So Adam, let me ask you this. Let's get back to the Myles Garrett thing. Are you pissed off as a fan about Myles coming out and saying that?
No, it needs to be said. It needs to be said.
Agreed.
Yep.
Do you think that he went about it the wrong way and took it to the media instead of keeping it?
Myles is always going to tell you what's on his mind, and he's not going to hold back. He don't sugarcoat shit. He tells you the truth, and he spits facts.
Because there's a lot of people on Twitter that said that he shouldn't have brought this out publicly. Why not? What they've done to him in his career and wasted his career. He's 28 years old. He's still in the prime of his career. He just signed a big contract. Was it 2-3 years ago, right? Him and TJ Watt signed their contract, I think, a year apart. I know Watson his third year. Myles got to be in his fourth year. I mean, you can't continue to waste a talent like that and not put a winning product on the field. And when your stars, your superstar, as a matter of fact, your Hall of Famer comes to you and says, hey, we need to have a talk. This is serious. Because if I'm Myles, I'm walking in there, I gave you my blood, sweat, and tears since 2016. I was the first round pick. I was here for losing seasons. I was here for you trying to build this team to a winner. If you don't give me what I want to walk, and this is where I want to go. You should give him the option of wherever he wants to go. And if I'm Detroit, I'm throwing 3 first-round draft picks to Cleveland, and I'm getting him. Because you put him with that Detroit team, it is over with.
Right. Give up that much. It's going to be a shit team that's going to give. It's going to be a building team that's going to give up that much.
I don't think so, Willie. If he's going to get traded and go somewhere, he's going to want to go to a contender.
He ain't got a clause.
You're right.
I don't think he does.
You're right, but he's going to pick his destination, or he's going to say, "Let me out of my contract and let me sign wherever I want to go."
And they're going to have to pay, and they're going to have to pay picks. You know, so I mean, that's the nice thing about a contract. You know, he can't choose where he wants to go. But you know, like you said, he's 28 years old. What's he got? 4 or 5 more years left in the tank.
He's still got one big contract left in him. One big contract.
That's it, though. That's it. He's got one big contract, and after that, we're going to start dropping off the cliff. You know, so now 36, 30. You know, at his age. You know, so. He's got, you know, great. He's got 8 more years left in him, and he's probably got 4 more great.
Yeah.
Well, Willie, I tend to disagree with you on that. It all depends on where he plays and weather-wise. Because if he goes to like a warm weather team, like a Miami down there where you're at, or a San Francisco, or a dome stadium where it's a little bit more protected on the body, and you get other things that you can from organizations with your health, like the hyperbaric chambers and all that stuff, you can prolong a career another 2, maybe 3 years.
Dave, he ain't going to play to 38.
No,
I mean,
he ain't going to.
I don't think.
I agree. The dome and warm weather, it keeps a little bit more tread on the tires. But these guys are retiring a lot earlier now than what we were kids, you know?
Yeah, and that's a good point that you brought up. But if you say that he's got one more good contract in him, that takes him to 32, then he signs with the team for another 1 year, that takes him 33, 34 years old, he'll probably retire when he's 34, 35.
Well, no. His contract is up, I believe, in 2 years. Okay? So that gets him to 30. All right? So he's got one more good contract. So it's going to take him to 34.
Okay, so he'll probably retire after his next big contract.
Get that 34 is when you start dropping off the cliff. Okay, so then you'll hang around for 2, maybe 3 more years after that. You're gonna look in the mirror and be like, I ain't that guy I once was anymore. So yeah, he's got one more giant contract coming in, and then he might bounce around and do some ring hunting for the last couple of years.
Well, he better have a sit down conversation with Kirk Cousins to see how Kirk gets all his money, because Atlanta's gonna pay him big time.
I thought you were talking about bringing Kirk Cousins here. Like, hell no.
No.
All right. We got to get back to his question that he proposed earlier in the day, because we're running out of time. We got to get into the college side of football.
Go ahead.
We got to make our picks. Who we think's going to win? He wanted to know what our thoughts were on the college playoff games.
I'll go last.
Shane, Dave, you start.
I'll let Shane go first, because Shane hasn't really said anything on the Myles Garrett thing. So Shane, you go first.
Well, I mean, my thought on the Myles Garrett thing is he's basically said, fix it or I'm leaving. That's my opinion on that.
Okay, so who's your picks for college?
Stand by.
He's got SMU or Penn State.
I'm rooting for SMU, but I James Franklin can't win the big game, so prove me wrong. And then I'll take Texas and the Ohio State University.
Why are you looking at me like that for?
You know, they're wearing that burnt orange. You know, I mean, talk about that shit.
I tell you what, the thing is I would like to see SMU win, but I think with being Penn State being at home, the weather, the cold might have a play in it. So I think, unfortunately, I want to root for Aller because he's a local kid, but he's like
Medina, right?
Yeah, Medina Highlander or something like that, and it's just the kid's not proven anything yet. He hasn't had like that one good standout game, you know. So maybe this will be the day. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be close, like a 6
It's
to
9.
8.
It's a 9 right now.
I'm thinking it'll be like a 6 to 8, somewhere in that range. But I don't know why, but I have a feeling Clemson might upset Texas.
Ooh, I hate Dabo. I don't like that guy.
But he has his teams ready to play, and they've been in the playoffs before. But the only thing that I don't know is which Quinn Ewers is going to show up and which Cade Klubnik's going to show up. It's the quarterbacks. Whoever has the better quarterback play is going to win the game. Is in my opinion on that. And then, obviously, I'm not going to pick the team in Columbus, but I think shocker. Yeah, I know. See, look, he's mad at me because I didn't pick Ohio State. What do we say about Ohio State?
Boo.
Ah!
All right,
but the reason I say that is because I think Tennessee's defensive line is just as good, if not better, than Michigan's. So, and I know you guys are having issues with the offensive line and having to switch shit around. And as long as Will Howard doesn't throw the ball 30 plus times, you guys have a shot. But if he throws it 30 plus times or more, he's like 2-6 or 2-7 or somewhere in that is his record when he throws for 30 plus times in a game. So lean on fucking Judkins, lean on fucking Henderson, and you guys have a shot. But I think it's going to be the best game of the day. It will be Tennessee, Ohio State.
All right. So Willie, take your pick, and I'll go last.
Okay. All right. So I am on board with this whole SMU thing. Like they're the underdogs. I agree. It's going to be hard to win in Penn State. It's just going to be hard. I am rooting for SMU, but if you're going to make me make a pick, I think it's going to be Penn State. It's going to wind up winning the game. I am cheering my ass off for SMU for this game. I cannot wait. As for the Texas Clemson game, I can't stand Clemson. I just God, I hate Clemson so bad. Texas is, probably like my number 6 hated team. This game, I really don't care who loses, but I think I'm going to go with the burnt orange of Texas in this one, and I'm going to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think they're going to come out with a very, very, very big, but I think they're going to margin today. I think they're going to be pissed off because of what happened against that team up north a couple weeks ago, and I think they're going to try to go and they're going to say, "Okay, we're here. This is what we're going to try to do." And I think then everybody's going to be all over Ohio State nuts and be like, "Oh, Ohio State!" Talk about it next week's show. But I think that I see that's what's going to happen. So I'm rooting for SMU. But I think Penn State, I'm going to take Texas, and I'm going to take the Ohio State Buckeyes. I will say this, though. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go with SMU. Right? I'm going to go with this right here because I think there is going to be one visiting team that's going to want to win.
Oh, and by the way, one quick question, too. Don't forget, or one quick thing I got to say is Tennessee actually has a quarterback that can throw a forward pass, unlike Michigan. So there's that, too.
Yeah, well, it's
all right. So Ohio State is underdogs by 7. Do I think they cover the spread? Well, I think they win this game by 10. Beat Tennessee and move on. Kind of torn between the SMU, Penn State. They're both 11-2. Penn State is negative 9.5. They are the underdogs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Penn State's the underdogs. I will take SMU myself, and I am going to go. Favorite. Well, it says here on ESPN that they're not the favorite.
Ohio State's favored by 7.
Yeah, Ohio State's favored by 7.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Penn State. I had to scroll down. Yes, Penn State is favored by 9. I'm going to take SMU, and then I'm going to take the Burnt Orange for the third game. I think Ohio State has to come out and make a statement and try to, show that the last game was a fluke, and Chip Kelly and Ryan Day better have their game day eyeballs and fucking game plan ready to go, because if you lose this game, see you later.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Has to make it to the national championship game, not to lose his job.
Correct.
They're going to be, his house will be on fire at the stroke of 4 zeros across the board. He will be homeless.
Yep. Hey, Adam, real quick, you want to make a little friendly bet?
What's that?
Ohio State wins. You wear an Ohio State shirt on the show next week.
Absolutely not.
He ain't taking that. I know he's taking that bet.
I did one. I had to wear it once in my life at a bar. I remember, and that was it. So fuck off. I never again.
Adam, okay. Brief story. That big. So me and Adam back in the day, and I said, "Listen, friendly bet. He's got Ohio.
You have to get up.
I'm doing.
The winner of this game, we go to the bar tonight. You got to rock. Michigan win. I'll rock Michigan. If and he says, bet. Shook hands. Ohio State wound up upset that game because they weren't projected. I don't think this was 03. Here we go, walking down the bar. What hats Adam got on? And walked in. Everybody's like, what is that? Like, he took
Just
that,
a bet.
gave it to me. He's like, I will never do this bet again for the rest of my life.
And I haven't.
20 years, and Adam still has not done that bet with me. But I will say, Adam, I'm on your show, and I appreciate you guys for having me on. I knew you guys had an opening. But Adam, Dave brought up a good point. Next year, I will go out. I will buy a Michigan jersey. If Ohio State loses, I will buy whatever Michigan jersey you want me to wear. And I will stand on a street corner with a board that says, Michigan is the best team in the nation. But fans, you have to do it and be live for one.
We got a long time to discuss this.
You name the jersey, I will buy it, and I will stand on a street corner on a Mockley and 41, right where my bank is at, and I will have a stick and a board, and I will say that ungodly phrase, but you got to do it also as well.
Oh God, we'll talk about it. I don't want to make a decision yet.
No.
It's way too early. But
I'll even one up it, and I'll play the Michigan fight song behind me the whole.
no, that's tempting. That's very tempting.
On a loop.
Yes.
Before we get off the air, I've been getting yelled at for the last half an hour.
Yes.
I don't know if you can read it. It says, to Uncle Willie from Piper, I love you, Aunt Jean, Uncle Willie, and Huey too.
Okay.
And then on the back it says, as it said, turn over, I miss you so much, love you this much.
I love you too. Love you too, Uncle Willie. Yeah, he'll be up there soon. Soon.
So she keep, if you notice, she's been sitting here because she keeps putting the head underneath the table here. She kept going.
Better give me a hug this time when you see me, though. So
Better give him a hug, he said.
No.
Huh?
All right. Hey,
No, when he comes up next time.
Willie, thank you for joining the show. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. If we don't talk to you, have a good Merry Christmas, and hopefully your walking going good, and you ain't got no neighbors that are asking you what part of the neighborhood you live in.
No, I don't know. That guy's actually been really nice to me lately, Dave. Thanks, but thanks for coming on and get out here and chat with you guys. I appreciate it, and I kind of like this format. And Dave, maybe we might do a little bit of this with tight end loose out also as well. So we'll get some guys fired up on there. So
all right. I appreciate that, Willie. Have a good Christmas. We love and miss you down here in Ohio. All right, Adam, what's up? What do you got going on the rest of the week?
All right, sorry. She wanted to say bye to Uncle Willie, or she just listened to him for a minute.
Oh, okay. What do you got going on the rest of the week?
Not a whole lot. Probably just going to lay low and, finish getting stocking stuff and get everything ready for the final approach. And
I
then,
want to say something.
I'll let you say something in a minute. And then, get this one to bed on time for Santa to come make his special delivery. And, hopefully he doesn't bring her coal because she hasn't been all that good this year.
Wow.
All right, hold on. She wants to say something real quick.
Okay.
Tell Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you
Merry
too.
Christmas
Piper.
to you, Piper.
Hopefully Santa Claus brings you everything you want.
Yeah, you too.
Shane O'Mac, what you got coming up?
Just Christmas stuff, family time, hanging out, taking days off work, normal stuff.
Yeah, same way with me, man. Ain't got nothing much to do. Getting ready to finish what I got left Christmas shopping so I can come back home and hopefully watch the Steelers beat Baltimore. But have a good rest of your Saturday.
Love you guys.
Have a good rest of your Saturday. We'll see you guys next week here on Unscripted on Red Line Radio.